The first warning came at 4:17 a.m. when most of Earth was still asleep. High above the atmosphere, silent sensors detected a strange movement. At first, it looked like a normal space disturbance. But the numbers kept rising. Power signatures, ship sizes, formation patterns. Nothing matched any known human ally. Inside the Earth Defense Command, bright red lights flashed across the main screen. Officers rushed to their stations, typing fast, trying to understand what was coming toward them. In the middle of the room stood Captain Rion Hale, commander of Earth's most powerful warship, Titan-27. He watched the data appear line after line. His face stayed calm, but his eyes were sharp. "They are here," he said quietly. And then the sky changed. Every major city on Earth saw it. A strange shadow covered the upper atmosphere. The sunlight bent around a massive object. Then another, and another. One by one, alien ships slipped out of hyperspace like giant metal beasts waking from sleep. They were huge, cold, and perfectly silent. The news spread in minutes. People stopped on streets, looking up at the sky. Some cried. Some prayed. Some recorded everything with their phones. Earth had seen alien species before, but never in these numbers. And never this close. In orbit, Tin-7 moved into position. The ship was almost as large as a floating city, built with dark armor and glowing blue engines. Its weapons were powerful enough to break a moon in half. And yet Captain Rion knew even Titan-27 might not be enough today. "Contact?" he asked. "Yes, Captain," the communications officer replied. "The alien flagship is sending a message. They say they want peace talks." A soft, uneasy silence filled the bridge. Peace talks. But the alien fleet did not look peaceful. It looked ready for war. There were 53 ships, all in formation, all with weapons active. Their engines glowed a deep red, and strange energy moved across their hulls. Almost like fire under metal. "They came too close," Rion said. "Their guns are charged." "This is not peace," the message finally played on the speakers. A deep voice echoed through the ship. "People of Earth, we come in peace. We request safe talks and no resistance." The bridge crew exchanged looks. The message sounded friendly, but something in the voice felt cold. Almost forced, like a lie covered with soft words. "Captain," the weapons officer said, "scans show rising energy inside their main cannons." Rion nodded slowly. "They are preparing to fire." Down below, Earth's smaller ships moved into defensive lines. Fighters were launched from 4 military stations. Civilian transport routes were shut down. Earth was preparing for the worst. Even while the aliens still spoke of peace, Titan-7 drifted forward, placing itself between Earth and the giant alien flagship. This was not part of the plan, but Rion did not care. If something was going to happen, it would happen through him first. Another message from the aliens arrived. "Earth, lower your shields. Show trust." The bridge went silent again. Lowered the shields. While their weapons were glowing at full power, it was almost a joke. A dangerous one. "They want us open," Rion said. "They want no defense. And then they will attack." The young sensor officer looked up from his screen, fear in his eyes. "Sir, their flagship just aimed at us." Rion did not panic. He did not shout. He only stepped closer to the front window, staring at the massive alien ship in the distance. Its hull was dark and curved, covered in strange symbols that moved like living metal. "You pretend peace," Rion whispered, "but your actions speak something else." Suddenly, the alien ship sent a third message. This time, the voice sounded impatient. "Earth, surrender your warship. You are surrounded. Do not resist the peace order." The whole bridge froze, so this was the truth. They came for control, not peace. They wanted Earth to bow. They wanted humans to kneel without a fight. Captain Rion turned to his crew. "You all see it now. Their words are lies. They came for power." Everyone nodded. They were scared, but more than that. They were angry. Humans had suffered enough in the galaxy. They were not the weak ones anymore. They were not the outsiders. They were not the species that hid. They were Earth, and Earth did not kneel, sir. The sensor officer shouted again. They are charging all forward cannons. They will fire in seconds. Rian gave one final look at the alien Fleet 53 ships, ready to destroy Earth in one attack. They thought humans would panic. They thought humans would hesitate. They thought humans would break. But Rian only said 2 words. Words that would change the galaxy forever. Speak. Titan. The command activated the ship's main cannon. A massive burst of blue-white light built up at the front of TITN-7. The air inside the bridge shook. Panels vibrated. The floor trembled. Then the shot fired. A beam of pure energy tore through space, hitting the alien flagship with terrifying force. The entire ship shook. Metal cracked, and huge explosions burst across its surface. The aliens were completely unprepared. They expected surrender, not strength. Inside TIT-7, the crew watched in silence as the flagship began to break apart. Earth had spoken, not with words, but with fire, and the galaxy finally listened. The alien flagship broke apart in a silent storm of fire and metal. Pieces of glowing wreckage drifted across the dark sky, and the shockwave rippled through Earth's upper orbit. The explosion was so bright that even people on the ground saw it as a sudden flash above the clouds. But the battle was far from over. Inside the Titan-7 bridge, alarms beeped. The crew watched as the alien fleet reacted. Ships that once stayed calm and slow suddenly turned aggressive. Lights on their hulls changed from soft red to bright warning yellow. Engines roared to full power, and then they charged. "Captain, the entire alien fleet is coming straight for us," the sensor officer said. His voice shook, but his hands stayed steady on the controls. Captain Rion stared at the screen, reading the formation. "Good, let them come." The aliens fired the first volley. Dozens of energy blasts shot forward like falling stars. Titan-7 twisted to the side, engines burning bright as it dodged the heaviest fire. The blasts grazed the hull, lighting the ship with sparks and heat. The shock shook the crew, but no one panicked. Titan-7 was built for war. It was built for moments like this. "Return fire," Rion ordered. Human weapons lit up the void. Blue laser beams crossed paths with alien red cannons. Explosions bloomed like deadly flowers across the battlefield. Smaller Earth ships joined the fight, moving fast, attacking from every angle. They were small, but their courage was huge. One alien cruiser approached on the right, glowing with dangerous power. "They are preparing a heavy shot," the officer warned. "Target their reactor core," Rion said. A sharp beam from Tin-7 hit the alien cruiser at its weakest point. The ship exploded in a bright circle of orange. Fire. The bridge crew cheered for a brief second, then the next. A wave of enemy ships appeared. There were 2. Many 52 alien ships surrounded. Titan-7. Some aimed at the human fighters. Some aimed directly at Earth. Some circled like hungry predators preparing for the final strike. The alien commander, furious and shaken, sent another message. "Earth, you dare attack the ones above." His voice was deeper now, more emotional, less controlled. Rion did not turn away from the battle. He simply answered with calm strength. "You came with lies. We came with truth," the alien commander growled. "Submit now, or your planet burns." Rion smiled coldly. "Then try." Titan-7 launched its missile pods. They flew across the battlefield like sharp arrows, leaving trails of white smoke. One after another, alien ships exploded in waves of fire and metal. Humans were fighting with everything they had, even Earth's small fighter pilots, many young. Many new moved with bravery. They dodged cannon blasts, attacked weak points, protected Titan-7 from every side. But the alien fleet still had powerful ships. Larger ones, darker ones. Ships built for ending planets in minutes. As Earth fought deeper into the battle, something terrifying happened. A deep rumble spread through space. A dark hole opened behind the alien fleet, twisting the stars. Something enormous stepped out of the void. The entire battlefield went silent. It was not a normal battleship. It was something far worse, a super dreadnought, longer than 5 tit, un-7 south, taller than a city, covered in moving armor plates that shifted like muscles under skin. Its cannons glowed bright orange, each one strong enough to destroy mountains. Static electricity crawled across its hull, making it look alive. Even the alien fleet moved aside in fear. Their formation broke. Their confidence vanished. The alien commander spoke again, his voice weaker now. "You see, our true strength? Earth. You cannot win." Rian did not look afraid. He only stepped closer to the main screen. "So this is the real force behind your peace talks," he said. "This is what you hide." The super dreadnought charged its main cannon. A massive orange beam formed at its center. The light was so bright that it turned half of the battlefield golden. The gun fired. A blast of pure destructive energy raced toward 10-7 like a burning star. "Brace," Rian shouted. The blast hit. Titan 7 spun from the force. Sparks exploded inside the ship. Crew members fell, but quickly stood again. The hull shook like it might break. Systems flickered. Screens crashed. Warning lights flashed everywhere. But the ship survived. "Barely damaged report," Rian demanded. "Hull integrity down 20%. Shields overloaded." "Weapons offline for 10 seconds, the engineer replied, working fast. The alien commander laughed. "You survived one shot. You will not survive the next." Rian took a deep breath. Titan 7 is still standing. That is enough. The humans quickly recovered. Engineers rerouted power. Fighters regrouped. The bridge crew reset systems with shaking but determined hands. The super dreadnought prepared its second shot, this one even. Stronger, Titan-7 could not survive it. Everyone on the ship knew this. The crew looked at Rian, waiting for a command that might save them, or end them. Rian's voice stayed calm. "Ready the Solaris Protocol." Gasps filled the bridge. The Solaris Protocol was Titan 7's most dangerous and most powerful weapon. A weapon so strong, it was forbidden in normal battles. A weapon that could destroy an entire fleet with one shot, but also tear Titan 7 apart from the inside if misused. "Captain, if we fire it now," the engineer began. "We will win," Rian said. "Or no one will be left to lose." Outside the window, the super dreadnought grew brighter. Almost ready to fire, Rian raised his hand. "Prepare Solaris charge." Titan-27 began to glow with rising blue energy. The ship started shaking. Sparks danced along the walls. Warning signs blinked everywhere. The crew held their breath. The biggest battle in Earth's history was seconds away from its most dangerous moment, and Part 2 ends right there at the edge of destruction. Asterisk. The Titan-7 shook like a living beast trying to hold itself together. Blue light crawled across its hull, growing brighter and brighter as the Solaris Protocol charged deep inside the core. Every cable, every engine line, every metal plate vibrated with rising power outside. The alien super dreadnought aimed directly at the human warship. Its massive cannon glowed a fiery orange, gathering energy to erase Titan 7 from existence. It was a ship built to destroy planets, and it was seconds away from firing again. Inside the bridge, no one spoke. Everyone knew what was coming. This was not a normal battle anymore. This was the moment where either Earth rose or Earth burned, the engineer shouted. Solaris core at 70%. Hull temperature rising. Captain Rian nodded. His face stayed calm. It always stayed calm, even when death was right in front of him. "Stay focused," he said softly. "Humans do not run." The super dreadnought fired its second shot. A giant beam of burning orange energy roared through space, lighting up the battlefield like a second sun. Smaller ships moved aside. Wreckage melted. The blast cut through anything in its path. Titan-7. Brace. The beams slammed into the human ship again. The hull cracked. Lights burst. Alarms screamed. Smoke filled the air. Crew members held on to anything they could. The entire ship twisted from the impact, but Titan-7 did not fall. Somehow, it was still alive, Captain, the weapons officer yelled. If we take a third shot, we will not survive. Rion's eyes stayed fixed on the massive enemy blocking the stars. Then we fire before they do. The engineer trembled. Solaris core at 90%. We cannot hold this charge much longer. The ship will break. Not before we finish this, Rion said. Outside, the super dreadnought prepared a third, final shot, the one that would end everything. Its entire hull glowed. Energy rippled along its surface. The alien commander appeared again on the screen, face filled with pride and cruelty. You fought well, Earth, he said, but the galaxy belongs to us. You will fall like all the others. Rion slowly walked toward the screen. Look at me, he said, and remember this moment. The alien commander narrowed his eyes.
What are you doing?
I am reminding you of the one truth you forgot, Rion said. He raised his hand. Humans, do not kneel. Solaris core at 100%. The engineer shouted. We must fire now. Rion brought his hand down. Fire. Titan-7 unleashed the Solaris core. A blinding blast of pure blue-white energy exploded from the front of the ship. It was bigger than anything humans had ever created. The shot tore through space like a newborn star. Ripping the darkness apart with its glow, the super dreadnought fired at the same time. Two beams collided, one orange, one blue. The explosion was so huge that every ship, human and alien, was thrown off course. The shockwave rippled across space. Alarms rang everywhere. The collision created a massive storm of light, burning brighter than the sun. Then, slowly, the orange beam broke. The blue beam continued. The Solaris energy punched through the enemy blast, pushing forward with unstoppable force. It hit the super dreadnought dead center. The alien ship cracked, then split, then exploded. The largest warship in the galaxy turned into dust and fire within seconds. The explosion spread across space like a giant flower blooming in silence. Every alien in the fleet watched in shock, unable to understand how a young species had just destroyed their strongest ship. Inside Titan-7, the floor shook violently. Systems shut down one by one. But the ship held together, powered by the last bits of energy in its damaged core. We got them, the weapons officer whispered. The bridge crew stared at the fading light outside. The impossible had happened. Humans had won, but the battle was not finished yet. The alien fleet, what was left of it, panicked. Some ships turned around and fled. Some tried to fire again, but missed. Some simply froze, confused and afraid. Captain Rion gave his final order. Open channel. Broadcast to all alien ships. The channel opened. Rion spoke slowly, his voice calm but powerful. This is Earth. We do not seek war. But if you bring war to us, we will end it. If you come with lies, we will answer with truth. If you threaten our people, we will burn your threats to ash. Silence filled the stars. Alien ship after alien ship dropped its weapons, shut down its systems, and began to retreat. No one wanted to face Titan-7 again. No one wanted to face humans again. The entire galaxy heard Earth's voice that day, in cities around the world. People cheered. Children looked at the sky with hope. Soldiers cried with pride. No one expected humans to survive. No one expected humans to win. Back in orbit, Titan-7 drifted slowly, its engines damaged, its hull cracked, its lights dim. But it was alive, and it had changed history. Captain Rion stood at the front window, looking at the stars. Peace is fragile, he said quietly, but courage is strong. One of the young officers stepped beside him. Sir, what happens now? Rion took a long breath. Now, he said, Now, the galaxy learns who humans truly are. The camera would fade out there on Titan-7, glowing weakly. But standing tall like a scarred hero in the endless dark, Earth had spoken, and the galaxy listened.